First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens, which stands for Infusion Light Energy Gain. And I just figured out something interesting about the Daylight's Parallax pure 0.9, or actually pure Parallax pure 0.8 gain. The screen has a very interesting now viewing cone effect. So basically, if I take the screen and I tilt it this way, all right, it's not tilted, but if I tape it this way, let me show you the back of the screen, because usually when I'm dealing with screens that have a particular way that they have to be set up, there'll be arrows on the back of them. There are no arrows here. We have no arrows here, no arrows there. There's nothing there. There's something always showing. It's like the LITE screens, or CRTs, or center light rejection technology, has arrows on the screen. Those arrows tell you where to point the screen up. If you point them up where it says going up, the screen basically will produce a beautiful image. If you point them in a different direction, they go dark on you. So they clearly tell you that. So I'm looking at like, wait a minute, this screen did not change on in front of me. Now viewing cones usually affect when you turn from left to right. I've never seen one if you turn the screen a different way, it goes dark and it goes light on you. So this is a historical demonstration. Now here, we have a dark image that pulls up. Right? Okay. Now let's switch to a white image. Let's go over to I just crossed it my way image. I think I did. White screen. And that's on a white screen. That's crazy. So watch this. These are now viewing compass effects. So when I turn to the side, the screen goes dark. Yeah, you got to be in line with the screen. Hold on for a minute. Should we get this right? Yeah. So it's darker there, but the white levels are lower. Okay. I wonder if each corner does something crazy. Okay. Let's turn it a different way. Let's go put it, turn it a different way. Here, much brighter. Get now viewing cone triggers. Yeah, it does. So now viewing cone triggers on this side, where now it's much lighter. The problem is the now viewing cone effect triggers off. What they call the now viewing cone effect. That's why you see me walking back and forth across the screen. The only screens that really have that issue are screens that have the reflective surface. So you can see the white levels are better here on that side. Now, we go over to the darker side. On that side, we're showing the white side, we're showing the high white levels. If you switch it that way, the white levels play better. And if you switch it this way, what I'm about to do, the contrast flows better. What the freak is going on with your screen? Like, I've never seen anything like that before. The only ones I've seen had that issue was ceiling light rejection by Elite screens have that. But there's arrows on there telling you how to direct the screen. It's supposed to be a certain way pointed up. You can't have them upside down because they go dark. And I tried one, I switched it over and it went dark on me. I didn't realize when I looked at that, I was like, wait a minute. How is that screen? Sorry about that. Just in my massager. How does that screen, basically, if you have it, if it's this way, your contrast level picks up, but the white levels fail. And if you have it turned the other way, then the white levels are better, but the contrast fails. You don't have both. So how would that even work? Because those work regardless, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, white levels on, it doesn't really make a difference. It does the exact same thing. That is really weird. So which way do you put the screen? Either way, it's damn you do and damn you don't. You put it this way, your contrast levels pick up, but your white levels don't do so well. And if you put it the other way, then your contrast levels do poor, but your white levels do better. Oh well, that's something that we just figured out about this screen, because I didn't see it at first. All the testing we did on the product, I've never seen it. So this has to be the side it was meant to be on, because again, it's darker. I mean, I can't see a contrast screen. This has to be the side. The darker side has to be it. I don't see a dark star. No, I mean, dark side. LITE's parallel. Parallax. I don't see it as trying to have. You're trying to make a darker screen. You're having a darker material. Why would you want the image to not be able to produce contrast? That's what you wanted to do. That's the key feature of a gunmetal screen, that it produces better contrast. This is the right way it has to be. I gotta mark the screen now because they didn't mark it. Because there's no way in the world possible that they would saying, hey, I got a gunmetal screen, but it comes up lighter. That doesn't make any sense. That's backwards. That's like somebody telling you you're making black paint, it keeps coming out gray. Remember that? All right then it's backwards. So this is the way it's supposed to be. But if it's this way, then the white level suffers. Color picks up nicely. 4K snow screensavers. White levels have a difficult time reading. Still interesting screen, but it's just interesting that if I turn it one way, it does this. When I turn it the other way, it does this.
2 ways to save up to 20% on your business insurance. Go to fiverr.com or just give us a call.
And it should be, the reason why I'm saying, people saying, well, you know, your screen picks up that tone. My screen's black. It's a black screen. The screen's not even black. It's gunmetal. It's a little lighter than a black screen. So it should have an advantage point when it comes to its white levels. We just watched this commercial twice. Where the heck are we at rewatching this commercial twice? Really? Get on with it, darn it. Still amazing that technology. I just never seen when you turn it and it changes. Usually, the narrow viewing cone effect happens if you're standing in front of it and you go turn from left to right. That's what triggers the narrow viewing cone effect. I've just never seen that happen on a screen that basically right from the door that it just does it. The only screen that do that is the ceiling light rejection technology does that. They do that. They have arrows on the back of the screens to show you that, hey, look, you got to have it this way. If the light hits, it's going to get brighter. If you turn around, it gets darker. I've seen it on theirs, but I've never seen the screen do this before. Let me see something, man. That's the problem too. It suffers from now viewing cone effect also. I was just walking over to it to get an idea what it was picking up. It's not too much, but it's still there. Now you see when I turn to the side and I do my screens and they have to come up bright, you got to see that sharp, bright edge right there. That's what I'm looking for, that sharp, bright edge. So when people see me do those demonstrations, they don't understand what I'm doing. I'm looking for something in the screen. I'm looking for that sharp, bright edge to pop up, corner, the bright that pulls up the screen when I show a white level. If it comes up looking like that, that means the screen's registering too dark. That's what that tells us. When people do demonstrations, they try to mimic me. They go, oh, look, I can pick. No, you missed the whole freaking demonstration of why they're done. You don't know what you're doing. Stop it. When you do that demonstration, when you turn to the side, it's got to show that sharp edge from one end to the next. That's what it's got to show. And you have to do this in a maxed out environment with a lot of light, including your contrast and color. Can't just show white levels, turn your lights on, and turn them off when the black levels come. No, don't do that. That's interesting. Still a powerful screen. Don't get me wrong. Still a very nice screen. Very powerful screen. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a screen do that before. That's why I found it baffling. It's still very powerful. But far better than a gray screen. But also, too, let me see something here. Curious about this part. Oh yeah, they gray screen would never match one of these screens, never. And not in a million years you can't match the white levels on a gunmetal technology. They got a reflective surface that pulls a very high white level. See how dirty the wolf comes up on the gray screen? See how clean it comes up on the certified? You're talking about a different category cast of technology. That's why I say when I have gray screens up there talking about, oh, we can compete with gun. No, you cannot compete with gunmetal technology. What freaking Barry Hooten Handy nonsense did you get that freaker from? What freaking comic book did you read that out of? That's like the comic books, remember back in the day? You sent them $1, you got x-ray glasses and all that nonsense. You read it from that section. Your product can't read white levels correctly. I tested a lot of gray screen paints, and one of the problems they have is that white level. That mixture they put in there, that it's cloudy. It's a cloudy, dingy mixture that they have. And it's the reason why the white levels don't register correctly. This is the reason why their contrast doesn't pull and the colors are thrown off balance completely. And this is why they always use in their demonstrations, very high, expensive machines, try to fix the problem, which is going to cost you money. I don't read next to those certified screens. That's a Metallica Mix 2.0. You know that, right? That's 2 tablespoons of black paint into white paint. That's Metallica Mix right there. And mind you, I've tested that product in Metallica, the free, which he never did. That's what the black and white challenge was about. He made claims it doesn't match. Okay, he made claims it doesn't match. Show us. Show us some demonstrations of the personal mix, the Cinemax, all those mixes you make versus the free mixes you were giving away for free. Show us. Never got it. The challenge was never met. Never did it. So right there, what does that tell you? His stuff matches house paint. Same stuff he was selling. Now he's trying to base it. Instead of doing it for free, he's trying to sell it to you. That's why he got banned from eBay. He got banned from eBay because that's what he was doing over there. He was trying to sell a product to people for $60. We got it. We got it on the recorded. I got it documented why he got kicked out of eBay, and he couldn't back it up to eBay, and he basically got his account banned. So, yeah, that mixture right there matches all his light products. And then when we got the UV mix over there, I looked at it because I used to make dark mixes back in the day, and I'm going, this is a reversal. Put the black paint in, and then between 4 to 6, you converted it in 6 tablespoons of white paint into black. We're converting it and got the UV. When the Frankenstein came through, it was off by 1 scoop. I saw that coming when I seen him line up his paints and take the top off each other. They're off by a shade. So all he was doing was mixing in black. He was toning it with the black. White base, and using a black to tone it. That's all. Showed you house paint for years. And then try to sit there in line and say, hey, my stuff is equal to certified, equal to our screens. We take those screens out. Gray screen can't take out gunmetal. That's a completely different category of technology. As you can see, can't compete with something like that. Whole different type of category. If they ever sit there and tell you at the end of the day, hey, that's why we don't see them on forum sites. I see gray screens stay within their category of their screens. That's what they do. With each other. They don't go outside that area. They don't go around it with the certified screens. That's why the physical screens consider themselves to be more superior than screen paints. But our technology is different. I can easily take that out with no problem. We generate a much higher contrast in them. And then the 15% alters any gray screen. Even gunmetal will alter it. You got blue technology that can basically beat that in contrast, which you just saw. So, what do you call it? What's the term for it? Putting the horse before the carriage? That's literally what you guys have done. You challenged the company at the end of the day that can take that out. You can't take that out. How are you going to take us out? I see any gray screen sticking that particular screen in a dark environment, you fail. That's a 0.8 gain on that technology. I mean, if you got a 2.0, it don't mean jack. It's that white screen's got 2.0s now. That's why I said, when we get a white screen here, we're going to do a side-by-side that is certified to the gray screen. It's interesting when I turn the screen, but now I know that this being a gunmetal screen, it has to be on the side that's darker. It has to be, because there's no way in the world. It doesn't make any sense. It still picks up a very good white level. It does. Far better than a gray, as you can see. This would have to be the side. So I want the market. Put markers underneath of it. Because I don't believe in doing, if I find something on, it's weird that it does that, because like I said, now viewing game triggers off when you're going from side to side. But even if I found that screen had that flaw, most people would keep that secret and use it as an advantage point to make their product look good. That's extremely dangerous to do. Don't do mess like that. Be honest about the book. I show it right there on camera so everybody can see it. So that screen has to be, we'll put the arrows where it has to be at. That's where it has to be if you're going to do a real demonstration off it. Because it's gunmetal, it's designed to pick up black levels. There's no way in the world you ever come up that way. But a person with a gray screen, I can see where you would do that demonstration. And I can't express this enough. I say it a lot. But stop doing these stupid demonstrations, gray screen, really seriously, on bright colors. House paint can do the same thing. You know what you have to do to prove your product different from any other paint? Contrast levels, foliated environments. It's an area that you're not supposed to be in because your stuff doesn't thrive in those environments. That's what you have to do. Easy tiptoe demonstrations. The minute it comes to a contrast level, the first thing they do is, let's turn out the lights to show you how the screen really looks in the dark. Because you know contrast level is coming out. Did I read the menu? I say if you were to make your mix darker, you still fail. Because that means your white levels would drop. Your white levels can't afford to drop next to this. Because it pulls a higher white level than your screen. So if you make your product darker, your white level is going to drop. Mind, this technology you have is can blend into your screen with no problem. And you still can't read the contrast levels because you would have to be physically black to match and try to come close to one of these things. No, you don't even have that capability. I love when people come and say, we're making our own black screen paint. You can't even make the rest of your stuff correctly. You can't even fix the rest of your stuff. How you going to jump the line and say, we're making this? It's like somebody jumping the skill tree. You're going to go from a level 1 all the way to a level 65. Not even, you don't even have the requirements or the skill level to even use the armor that you're designed to get. You have to be a certain level to use that armor. Everybody knows how that one works. It's like going in the, what was that game called? I played it all the time. But anyway, it'll pop in my head either way. You can go to certain harder levels with other players that can survive on those levels. And, oh, I can't think of the name. I play that game freaking every day. It's a big game around like Dungeon Defenders. That's what it's called, Dungeon Defenders. You can go in there on higher levels. You have certain people in there or have much higher armor, weapons, and stuff, and they can survive on those levels easily because they have high levels. You can collect armor or weapons or whatever you want on those particular levels, but you can't use them because you don't have the skills to use those weapons yet. When your level reaches 50 or around that line, you can activate those weapons to use them. You know how it works in gaming. You come out of there with like a level, 3,000, 4,000 skill level sword. You can't touch that thing. It requires a level 50 to operate it. So you just have in your collection. When you reach 50, you can operate, you can use a sword. But until then, it's just useless. You can't touch it. Same thing with your products. You can't jump to our technology and say, hey, we can take, no, you gotta beat these guys first. Jump in the line. I can show you any screen paint that I buy. I stick it against the screen, you'll fail. I'm not even advertising for the company at all. I just know good technology when I see it. It is what it is. It's white screen. You don't come close to a certified technology. When you watch my screen, you turn certifies, they don't pick up our color, we can turn them to white sheets of paper. When you see our technology doing it to a certified screen, you don't understand the impact of one of those screens and what they can do. So if we're able to take out a screen of that kind of power at the end of the day, guess what my technology's worth? It's worth a lot of money. That's why you can't understand it complain and sit there and go, well, I don't see why he gets freaking $200 for 20 ounces. Because my technology can basically take out that screen. It can do it in this fully lit environment. Because I know that screen can operate in here. The only problem is your product can't do it. It won't operate in here. You'll wash out next to a cell phone flashlight. Your stuff won't run in here at all, period. That screen can. And we took out dozens. I took out so many of those screens. I got letters from the companies. Not threats. Telling us they want to work with us. We have potential. I've never seen a screen paint do that before. Mind you, it takes some years to develop that technology. We can engineer it less than 20 minutes and take out that screen. The gray screen can't compete. It's certified, not going to happen. Alright, I'm done here. I'm going to come back in and talk about why gray screens are not equal to certified. This is going to be an interesting demonstration. It's a wake-up call for all you gray screens out there that want to challenge us at the end of the day and you think you're superior to us. You can't even take out that screen. I've watched your demonstrations of you in dark environments and high-powered machines trying to fool the audience or the masses that you pick up next to a $5,000, $7,000 piece of technology. You do not match that screen. You've been on people's websites to say equal to $5,000, $7,000. It'll pull you right up and put you right on YouTube. You're not equal to that at all, period. You got to do those test demonstrations. You fail at this. Mind you, we're in a courtroom. They take you to court. And your gray paint doesn't meet up to the standards of that technology, you're in a lot of trouble. Alright, come back in. Let's see exactly gray screen. Does the gray screen have the ability, gray screen paints, have the ability to compete with a certified, high-grade certified, like the Daylight, PARALLAX, Pure 0.8. We'll be back.